Good morning, students. Today I'll send you the concept of 8085 machine cycles and their timing diagrams. Now, machine cycles basically includes 5 types: opcode fetch, memory read, memory write, IO read, and IO write. Rest are the other machine cycles, which are interrupt acknowledgement and bus idle cycles. Now, before going to the details of or the timings of opcode fetch, memory read, IO read, I would like to explain you what do you mean by the different cycles. Now, instruction cycle, if we call it an instruction cycle, it is the main cycle which is basically the timings which include the fetching, decoding and executing of an instruction. And in turn, an instruction cycle is divided into various machine cycles. That means in an instruction we have many memory related operations as well as IO related operations. These operations basically approaches to machine cycle, and under machine cycles we are having different T states. So in an instruction cycle we are having various machine cycles, and under machine cycles we are having various T states. Now, if we have to draw the timing diagram of any instruction, we have to include the machine cycles, which in turn includes various T states. Now, before going to the details of timing diagrams, we would have the details of these cycles. These are very important cycles, and with the help of these 5 cycles, we can draw timing diagram of each and every instruction. We are having opcode fetch, memory read, memory write, IO write. Now, opcode fetch, whenever we have to fetch the instruction to the instruction register, this process is known as opcode fetch. I have already explained you what do you mean by opcode. It is operational code of the instruction. So opcode fetch is always the first machine cycle of every instruction. It can be of 4 T states or 6 T states in 8085. Generally it is of 4 T states. It means it takes 4 timing states to complete a single opcode fetch. I will explain the timing diagram of opcode fetch now. See this? This is the timing diagram of opcode fetch. Now, to have a basic concept of timing diagram, we will start a timing diagram by writing here the machine cycle. First step is to write down the machine cycle. Here the machine cycle is opcode fetch. Now I have told you either it has 4 T states or it has 6 T states. So if we have to draw the 4 T states opcode fetch, draw 4 lines T1, T2, T3, T4. So we have drawn 4 columns. So step by step I am explaining you each and every concept of timing diagram. Now again we have to draw the clock signal of the 8085. Now how would we draw a clock signal? It is basically a clock pulse which is given by this gear. We are having an off time, we are having an on time. This is the clock signal. But practically we don't have these abrupt shoots. So we are having a transient at these shoots, and this same signal practically represented by this type of pulse. Now in this we are having a downfall signal and an upward signal. Now how we draw this? We are having a signal like this equal amount of off time and equal amount of on time. If we are starting from the off time, we have to end at the on time, and in this way we have to draw each and every clock. So this is the clock signal, the foremost signal of any machine cycle. Next step is to draw the address bus. Now address bus is divided into 2 types of buses: a multiplexed bus and the dedicated higher order address bus. We will first draw the dedicated higher order address bus. We will write here A8 to A15. we don't have to draw each and every line here. We will show this by a binary signal, by a two-line signal which comprised of each and every line. This means if we are drawing like this, this signal means it comprised of zeros and ones. There can be many zeros, there can be many ones. So A8 to A15, this represents the higher order memory address. For example, we are using a memory address 2050. The higher order address bus is 20. Now this 20 is present here. Now this line, these two lines represents 20, where 20 is represented by 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So these are the 8 lines which are represented by A8 to A15, where A8 to A15 is like this. A15 is 0, A14 is 0, A13 is 1. Only A13 is 1 and rest all are 0. So it is a generalized way to represent like this. Now, to represent higher order bus, it would take 3 T states, T1, T2, T3. So it starts from the first and ends up to third. Now by ending it, it takes some time to end. And the last one is unspecified for the microprocessor. It is not in use for this type of higher order bus. Now we will come towards AD0 to AD7. AD0 means multiplexed address data bus. If starting from 0 to 7, so we are having 8 address lines and 8 data lines. We will always start with the address because we have to fetch the instruction from an address, memory address. So if we are fetching an instruction from 2050, our lower order address would be 50. So it takes only single T states for the lower order address bus. So 50 will be represented here in the lower order memory address, and it is given only in the first T state. Now after this we are having a bistable state represented by dots. Now this is the address bus. Now data bus, we are getting the data from the memory. So data is upcode. So next signal is upcode fetch. It is known as upcode fetch, and this upcode fetch basically it means we are getting the data from the memory to the microprocessor, and it starts at the mid of the second T state and ends at the mid of third T state. Now this is fixed for every upcode fetch cycle. If we are having 6 T states, next T states would be represented by unspecified and a single line here. Single line means no work, tri-state. It means the buses are in tri-state. Next signal is ALE signal. ALE, I have told you, it is address latch enable signal. It is enable only whenever we require address at the multiplexed address data bus. So it is high only at the T1 state. Whenever it is low, we are having data for the address data bus. So whenever ALE signal is high, we are having the address at this bus, and when it is low, we are having the data at this bus. So this signal is very important to show whether address data bus is using as an address bus or data bus. ALE signal is always high at the first T state of each and every machine cycle, whether it is upcode fetch, memory read, memory write, IO read or IO write. Now again we are having IO by M bar because we are dealing with either with the memory or with the IO. So this signal is just like our A8 to A15 signal, because upcode fetch is related to memory, because we are fetching the instruction from the memory. So we give the status as IO by M bar is 0. M bar is 0 means it is related to memory. If it is 1, it is related to IO. So M bar is 0. So IO slash M bar is equal to 0. Now status signal, I have given the table of status signal to you in the class. Now status for the opcode fetch is always 1 and 1. There are two status signal, S0 and S1. Both should be 1. Now next signal is read signal. We have to give the different signals here, machine signals. Machine signals are read, write. These are the control signals rather. So IO by M bar we are already given. Now read signal. We have to take here read signal because we are fetching the instruction from the memory to the microprocessor. If we are giving the data from the microprocessor to the memory, it becomes write. Now we are getting something out of the microprocessor to the microprocessor. It means microprocessor is reading the instruction, and when it is reading the instruction, when opcode fetch is having. So when it is having, it is at the mid of the T2 to the mid of the T3. So read signal is active only mid of the T2 to mid of the T3 state. Read bar active means it should be active low signal. So rest it is high. It is active at the mid of the T2 signal and up to mid of the T3 signal. Whenever we are having opcode fetch, it is active. When we stop with our opcode fetch, it becomes high again. 0 to 1. There will be a transit. So it is shown by two arrows, the start of the read and the end of the read. It is represented by opcode fetch here. We don't write opcode read. It is represented by opcode fetch. So this is all about the timing diagram of opcode fetch.